Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to Dad's Budget Bites, that kitchen where budget meets flavor. They come together so good. At the end of our last video, we spun our wheel here, we got breakfast. So what we're going to be making today is actually a fruit and yogurt parfait. It's a great breakfast on the go. You could bring it to work. It's perfect for that. Show it off to your co-workers. So let's get into it. Here's everything that we're going to be using today to put together these fruit and yogurt parfaits. There's a couple extra goodies added, so stay tuned. So first off, you can't have a yogurt parfait without yogurt, right? So what I'm using here, no set amount, I have vanilla yogurt. And then we have granola. I went with honey flavored. So we have some granola. Next on the line, we have strawberries. Some blackberries. And then special ingredients, honey. And then lastly, some whipped cream. The first thing you want to do is you want to rinse off your berries. So give those a quick rinse and dry. So our strawberries and blackberries, they're rinsed, they're dried, they're good to go. Now, if you're using a berry that requires some slicing, like this big giant strawberry, you're not going to want to just plop that in there. So then you want to give your berries a quick slice. Watch your fingers. So you just want to cut the top off. And then since this one is huge, I'm going to cut it in half like so, and then make nice slices. These blackberries are pretty big, so I think what I'm going to do with these is just cut them right in half the long way. So I'll finish this up and then get back to you. But that's what we have so far. Little slices. I'm going to be making 2 today, and in real time you could probably bang each one out in like 3 to 5 minutes. Takes a little bit longer to make a video out of. So I have like a basic glass bowl here so you guys could see. And then I have like a fancier wine goblet. So if you if you want to class this up a little, you could always use something similar to this. It's going to look pretty when it's done. I'm a very hands-on kind of guy. So when I cook, prepare food, that kind of thing, I use my hands and I use my fingers a lot, but you deserve better. So I'm classing it up for you. So I have my spoon here and I got a little rubber spatula. So now we could start with the layering. I'll start with this bowl. We got the yogurt here. Yeah, with most parfaits, it's good to start with the yogurt. Give yourself some sort of base. And now we got the classy one. The bases are complete. So now what you generally want to do is move on to the fruit. So I'll start with the sliced strawberries. So we'll put some slices in there nicely. It's hard to break old habits. I'm going back to my hands. You just get more control with certain things when you use your hands. And now for another layer of yogurt. I'll do the fancy one this time first. If you get the berries pushed up right against the side of the bowl, it will look nicer when it's all done. You know, it depends what you're going for. Right, so this guy's done. I ran out of room for the most part. But this guy still has a little bit of room. So I'm going to keep going on this one. Now time for some blackberries. Now what I like to do is top these with a little bit of granola. So that's when the topping comes in, just like a yolk crunch that you would buy in the store. As much or as little as you want. Different fruits work good too. You could always do slices of banana. I bet you even like an apple, little apple slices would work well. You know, virtually any kind of berry would work good. If granola is not your thing, you could always add raisins or cranberries or something like that. Or even like chia seeds. Chia seeds would work out well. Something like this is so versatile. And it's really boundless. There's, 1,001 different ways you could do this. Now it's time to top these bad boys off and see how we did. So say breakfast isn't your thing or you don't want to do this for breakfast. Guess what? You want a good dessert? That's where the whipped cream comes in. Drizzle a little bit of honey on there. I went with honey flavored granola, so this will complement nicely the natural honey. Do a little drizzle. Look at that. All right, everyone, we're now at the best part of the video where we get to taste what we made, see how we did, and see if we could do anything better for next time. So let me just start by giving you all a close-up here. These are looking phenomenal. So if you're looking for a healthy breakfast, snack, or dessert option, look no further than a fruit parfait. They're so versatile. You could add, almost anything to it, whatever your preference is. For this kind of thing, you go totally based off your preference. And we all know that healthy food isn't cheap nowadays. So if you could score any of this stuff on sale, it makes it a very good value. For example, the blackberries and strawberries that I got today, they were buy one, get one free. Score. How could you beat that? I went with a big 32-ounce tub of vanilla yogurt. It was the store brand, so that was like $2.29, I believe. And, with that, you could probably make about 6 of these things. So let's give it a taste now and see how we did. I think I'm going to go for the whipped cream one. Got a little blackberry here. All right, down the hatch. The honey on there is a game changer. So many flavors going on. If you never had a fruit and yogurt parfait, or if you just bought ones like at fast food places, that kind of thing, making your own, 1,000 times better. So give it a shot. Try to make one of these on your own. Give me your feedback. Share your thoughts. I always like to hear that. And now it's time for the end of the video where we spin our wheel here, set up the theme for next time. So last time we ended on breakfast. That's what prompted us to make the fruit and yogurt parfaits, which, by the way, make an exceptional snack or dessert as well. So let's give it a good old spin and see what we end up on for next time. All right, that was a big one. What are we going to get? We got side dish wrap. Yeah, I think it's been, probably about 4 or 5 videos maybe off the top of my head since we did a side dish or an app, maybe a couple more. So that'll be good. Be sure to tune in for that. That'll be a fun one. If you got anything out of this video and you enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up. I certainly do appreciate it. Share it with your friends and family. Drop me a comment. Again, I always love hearing your feedback and your thoughts. Subscribe if you haven't already. And then also hit that notification bell for future videos. The algorithm is hungry. It needs to be fed. So until next time, I'll see you all next time. Tune in then. Bye.